I still sound really quiet. Let me still sound really quiet. Let me still sound really quiet. Let me. How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. You still kind of get my keyboard clicks though, so let me try moving this up a little bit higher. Test. Still sound quiet, which is weird. Like, I have microphone up to max. I bumped up its audio in the actual like settings of the microphone to it's at like 90 before, now it's at like 100%. But anywho, so I have been messing around quite a bit, and I've got some cool stuff I want to show off. So, yep, little slime buddy still shows up. We now have slightly functioning doors. So you go up and you right click, and it takes a few tries, so we're going to try to fix that today. Also, it does this. So, for some reason, the hitbox still thinks I'm in it, so it keeps opening and closing the door. Like, regardless of where I am. Ooh. Oh, also, cool thing. Check it out. I found out how to make the windows actually windows. So light will go through and ignore the pixel. Will get blocked by the pixels. That's one of, like, my favorite thing I've done so far. It's like actually seeing the light come through the holes. Ah, that's so cool. I think this torch needs to be a bit wider, too. Oh yeah, I also turned off that auto-adjusting light thing that was going on. It was like, if I went to like a dark place, it would just get really, really bright all of a sudden. So I found out how to turn that off. So now light should be consistent throughout the game. I'm going around slapping this on a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Gotta find the hitbox. There we go. So open, closed. And then I also want to try fixing this. You see, like, these brims around the pixels, and I don't know why. I know it's like lighting, like being reflected around. I can kind of see green out there, so it makes me think that they're slightly. Like, see, this one's fine, but this area isn't. You can definitely see some fuzziness. So I have to find a way to fix that. Other things I've done, I started working on adding environmental effects to buildings, so depending on what the weather is, what season it is, it's going to reflect on the building. So here we got icicles, then we got snow on the roof. We'll definitely adjust that a bit more. But these are all just kind of like concepts. And then up here I have if it's raining, so it'll kind of like drip off the roof. And maybe I'll do like some puddle effects. Oh, hello. I've also adjusted player speed and jump height. I still think he falls just a little bit too fast. Oh, but I did find out how to do double jump, and I also found out how to make it an 100 jump, so I can just... If you push really fast, you can fly! We only got 100, and then you just fall out of the sky. Okay, that's that. And then these are still the same over here. I don't think I've changed anything on them besides adding doors and shadows. Man, it's so nice when that works reliably, though. The door doesn't have physics, so we're gonna have to... Or collision, so we're gonna have to fix that. But just... I don't think I've ever actually made a functioning door in any game I've made before. So this is just really... Oh, hold on a second. You can see the game... Oh. Is the game not loading what's inside? Was that a shadow? You see, there's a slight... Yeah, flash of white right there. What's if I go over here? Huh. Oh, we gotta catch it. Gotta catch it slacking. Just wait and. Huh. Okay, no. So, not sure what's going on there, but yeah, those are most of the updates I got. I don't think I've done anything else new recently. We can't jump up to the second floor anymore, so we're gonna have to officially build some stairs. But yeah, so quite a few things to work on. I love the weather effects though, they're so cool. It'd be hard not to be distracted by them like this whole time. I think the icicles are probably like my favorite. I think they just look good. Alright, let's see. Let me hop over you. So, strangely, the AI seems to be a little bit better at tracking. I didn't change him at all, but he, like... Let's see if I can get him to... Huh. Yeah, see, he now he follows me when I'm in the air. I think because I was jumping so high, it lost me, but, like, if I... Yeah, if you jump a lot lower... Okay, you can lose him. Who was that? Yeah, so that's the slime still. And being able to just, like, fly, though, is pretty nice. Just to get me places so I can just quickly, like, edit stuff. Oh, also, the world's a little bit darker. It's actually 0.1%, I think, of intensity. Actually, let me check. Maybe just 1. Oh, no, it's almost 0.2, yeah. So this was up to, like, 5. For some reason, and I toned it down, but like the camera kept adjusting to it. So, you know, we're glad to have this be more reasonable. Now I'm wondering, let's see, how does the night color look? Ooh, it's kind of cool. And I love how that's just a skeleton just embedded in the ground. I was testing out stuff with the sprites. Man, do I love how this looks. Honestly, I think I might keep that for the color. See, this door needs to be fixed. Yeah, like I'm really satisfied with that door animation. A little bit low. I guess I can actually try out. Let's see, do you react to light? Okay, you do. The torch is definitely a bit weaker than I would want. So let's see. Let me open this up so I can get the values, just for reference later. And then... Let's see. What if we made it darker, physically? Ooh, I like. Oh, and the torch is glowing inside the buildings. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love... Check this out! Like, it's glowing out of the window. I know I said to be fixing stuff, but I'm spending like half the time just appreciating how this looks. Oh yeah. Cool effect though is like, I didn't do the modification to these yet, because they were just like an last minute like ad. So they glow, which is pretty cool looking. Won't keep it. Oh, hey buddy. Won't keep it because, you know, that kind of that's not how water and snow works, but man, does it look cool. Were they pulsing? Kinda, yeah, it's like a little bit wavy. So yeah, that's that. So let me just pull this up again so I can get it for reference later on. And there we go. So we should be back. Yep, normal color. Oh yeah, so this... I'm starting to mess with post-processing stuff. So this little bugger is the reason your field of view gets brighter and darker. So if you want to get that on or off... So yeah, let's see if I can remember what it was. I think it was exposure? Yeah, it is. So if you want to turn that off, you change min F100 and max F100 to both 0. And then that'll make it so your character's eyes don't adjust to the light anymore. I might tweak it a little bit, because it is kind of like a cool little feature. But it's just not quite working as I want. I also found out how to make things unbound. So like, even though this cube is very small, it actually applies to the whole world. So that's nice. Alright. Now then, I wanted to check out if we could... I want to get a proper UI, or at least character UI system going. So let me go into... I'm going to call this UIs. Okay. So the tutorial I've been watching recently is Lesser Dog Tutorials. He's kind of doing a Doom style game, so that's what I'll be basing this off of.
So
There
we
go.
go.
Tutorial
that looks
going.
good.
Let's see.
And then, oops, I don't think I saved it. Make sure it's saved. And
Okay, so he's working on the weapon animation. So let's grab the testing sprites. Flipbook. Okay, so yeah, here we have the attack animation. So, super simple. Okay.
And then the idle, again, FPS sprite, save.
Idle.
Next, we'll do a little bit of a trick to get the gun to be pixel perfect in front of the player. And so the tactic I'll be using is something called a render target. So in the textures here, I'm just going to create a render target if I can find it. Materials and textures. And I think I want the canvas render target. So I'm going to call this
Yeah, they definitely changed it. Where did I put my UI? The one I'm using currently. PCs, sides test, some notation, the UI textures. Is there like a show where it's used? Create flipbook. Select actors using this asset. No actors found. Okay. There's nothing in there. Maybe I put it in first person. First person game. What is this? Six. That's just like the character. Oh, here we go. Menu. Okay, so why do I have two of these? The ash particle I have over there. New. Yeah, so this is the UI. I don't remember how to see where it's...
CRT for cannonball, M. The first. Next, we're going to create the blueprint that is. If we hit play, you'll see the crosshair right there in the middle of the screen.
Okay, so we have
Ready?
crosshairs.
Let's just create a blueprint class of the type actor.
Okay. So... subtract this. Going to go into sprites. Y. Create an actor.
And we'll name it BP underscore player weapon base. And this is going to be an actor that we attach to our player, and it will be the base actor for all of the weapons that we'll be using. So this will hold you know, the pixel art for the weapon and the effects and things like that that the weapon will do.
Oh,
so that we
okay.
can change it to whatever we want instead of just forcing it onto some sort of hierarchy that we create in the player, which can get pretty confusing. So all we need to do in the player is just add a child actor that will be under the camera, and we'll just call that weapon.
Okay, so open view, edit, go into me. Right. Okay, now I want to update that for now because I have no idea where that's being used. So we have a player. Create a child. Child actor. All that. Let's call it tool. I'm gonna call it tool.
And then this will
There's
be
gonna be
what we
tools
use
and
to
weapons.
select the child actor class that will be based off of this weapon base. So let's set up what the player weapon base will be that we can use to...
We rename weapon base to... Let's rename. Why don't we change that from weapons to... Tools. Just so that we can stay consistent.
derive all the weapons in the game from. So the first thing I want to do is I'll create a scene capture component
fell over.
to D, which is going to be the camera
Okay, go back.
hierarchy that we create in the player, which can get pretty confusing. So all we need to do in the player is just add a child actor based off of this weapon base.
Okay.
So let's set up what the player
Back in
weapon
the
base
actor.
will be that we can use to derive all the weapons in the game from. So the first thing I want to do is I'll create a scene capture component to D, which is going to be the camera that will be rendering in the orthographic projection so we can do pixel perfect weapons.
Pixel perfect.
So
I love
we'll
it.
just create this, and this will be our camera. And we'll switch that to orthographic, and we'll do an ortho width
Perspective to orthographic.
of 426 because that is the pixel width, if you recall, of our canvas render target. So the orthographic width is the same as the X width, which is 426.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
So
hopefully it'll
with
be all
that
right.
done, we want to add a flipbook. So we'll just add that flipbook underneath the scene capture. And this will be called Weapon Flipbook, just to help us understand what it does. And for the position, we're going to want it to be -90 on the Z rotation, so it's facing the camera. And you know, we can just add that source flipbook, so we'll just do the idle flipbook.
Oh yeah, I think mine's flipped the other way. Whoop. This be. Wait, no, just be regular 90, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go.
So you can kind of see how that's going to look. And actually, that looks like it might be the wrong direction.
Oh yeah, he corrects himself too.
Yeah, let's do 90 for that. And then we'll move the location on the Z to -50. And
So
then
my location's not going to be exactly the same
100.
because he wants his in the middle.
It's not 200. 100 on the
Let's just say
Y.
here.
So this will be picked up by this scene capture component. And
Size.
it we'll set it up so that it only sees this stuff here. You know, it won't see anything else in the game, and we can set that up in the actual blueprints. But the first thing we want to do before we forget is we're going to change the collision for this weapon to no collision. So if you search for the collision area, we can say collision presets, no collision. So we're not gonna, it's not gonna bump into anything or screw anything up in the game. And then let's see, the next thing we want to add, I think, is a point light, and that can be attached to the scene capture component. And then be sure to redo the
point light might be
transform location
for,
in case that screws up.
muzzle flashes.
This is just going to be like the light that we illuminate the world around us when we fire the weapon.
Yeah, there we go.
Our own actor
We
class
don't need that.
to be equal. So, with that done, we could try to see if it'll work if we test it out. So let's go ahead and choose the actor class.
Okay, I'll go in here. Go. Tool. Oh, okay, it showed up. Okay, let's get rid of this, because that's just a sprite. That doesn't serve any purpose. Play. Ah. Let's put it more. Let's put like dead center and see what that does. It's like, maybe it's like behind me, or. Oh yeah, it's probably behind. So let's move it forward. There we go. There it is. Smack dab in the middle of my face. All right. Let's go side and down. Okay, 2 down. Up to the side. Okay. Down. I think maybe it's just too big. Just shrink it down. Okay, better. Just a little bit more. Okay. Ooh, and it automatically reacts to lights. Oh yeah, because UI, since it was a UI before, it didn't react to the lights. But now that it's a physical object in the world, it will react. Oh, that is so cool. Just wait, buddy. Soon we can be swinging this bad boy at you. And I don't want to now. He's kind of adorable. Oh. Alright, fine. Maybe I will at a swing animation. Just walk away from me. Yeah, that's right. Get back here. Alright. So, that's good. Okay, so glad that worked right off the bat.
To be equal to the weapon base. And then you can see now a bunch of stuff pops up. But we want to make sure that the scene capture doesn't get anything other than just the weapon. So if we go over to the event graph, right on the begin play, we can find show only component.
Okay, so this is on the show only component
Using the scene
capture. Okay. Component scene capture 2D. Yeah.
capture component 2D. And what's cool about this is that we can just say specifically what we want to see, and we can.
Ooh, okay. I can see where that can be used for like debugging stuff later on too. So I can choose. See this. Okay, so I can have other stuff there that just won't.
Just say, you know what? Only show me the weapon flipbook. That's it. And then the only other thing that we need to do is if you select the scene capture 2D, you can go down to scene capture and you'll see that texture target.
Scene.
And this is where the camera will render to this canvas render target that we made before. And then if you were to compile and save and test it out, you'll see that the gun is on the actual player itself as we walk around. And what's cool about this is that if we just added a point light just kind of in the middle, then you can see that the light affects your hand, which is really, really cool. So now we can really feel immersed. All we have to do is animate how the hand moves when you walk.
Alright, yeah,
and then actually fire.
I'm not sure why he's doing like the
fire
cast to system.
So with that out of the way, now I want to kind of do a few more things that will help facilitate.
Make sure I didn't mess with anything. Still got it. I mean, I might add like another system to have the torch here, because having the torch in your hand also affect the axe. I think that's pretty cool. Whoop. Juke, get inside! Haha. It has no collision, so he could just like walk right in here, but not sure why he doesn't. Hey, come on. Come on! Give me. Okay, swirl around, and we're gonna walk backwards. Stop putting your arrow there. Okay, back up, back up. Ow, 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 ow. Did I miss it? I missed it. This way. And we confused him. Oh, okay. This way. Hold on. There's a way I can check this. So I have a nav mesh in here. If you just push P. Yep, nav mesh is broken here. That's why he's not following me up. Not sure why, though. Definitely think I want to try out different nav mesh systems, because this is... I don't know, I feel like this is just too much. It's not on the ground? Oh, it's not. I think that's just too much a gap for how much control I want. Back up.
The switching of weapons and getting new weapons later. So I'm just going to right click in the blueprints folder and we're going to add a blueprint interface.
Okay, so this is whole new stuff we're getting into. Okay. How did he make that interface?
The switching of weapons and getting new weapons later. So I'm just going to right click in the blueprints folder and we're going to add a blueprint
Oh, dang it. Just clicked on Chrome.
So I'm just going to right click in the blueprints folder and we're going to add a
create blueprints interface. There we go.
Blueprint interface, and I will call this I player weapon. And all this is going to do is have a single function, at least for now, that we'll just call initialize weapon. And then we can compile.
What does that say?
And save and close that out. And then in the player weapon base, we'll want to use this interface. So we'll
Oh, this is a whole new section. Interface. Add. Tool.
implement this. It's called I player weapon.
Alright, player tool. There it is. Alright.
And then when that is implemented in the event graph, we can actually...
Oh, so is that how you... Yeah, it's right here. Cool. Okay, so that's how you make stuff and then implement it into another system. Interesting. Alright. Progress is being made.
implement that event.
Okay, so pulling this. Let's move this up. There's some like auto sorting plugins I could get. Oh wait. It's not marked as blue and collabable and cannot be placed in graph.
We'll implement this. It's called iPlayerWeapon. And then when that is implemented in the event graph, we can actually implement that.
Okay, there we go. I was just doing it the wrong way. We can like tell it to be implemented.
Event. And what this event is going to do, if this is the base, if we are equipping the base, then we're going to not have a weapon visible at all. So all we need to do is get this weapon flipbook, set the flipbook to be equal to nothing, and then we are going to set hidden in game and make sure this is ticked so it is going to actually be hidden. All right.
Stop. Okay, so we have none there.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Control? There we go.
Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
True.
Now with that done, we can head over to the player,
Player.
and we need to just create some things in here. So the first thing we'll do is create a variable, and it will
Rid of that. Velocity A is greater than or equal to 0. That's his update animations. Walk speed. That's my run speed. Update animation. I guess I am still using. I could have sworn it was like a junk one in string of events that I wasn't using anymore.
will be called current weapon.
Okay, so variable current is going to probably be a float. I'm going to take a guess. I guess it's in a float array.
And the type is going to be the weapon base, the BP player weapon base, but we're not
What?
doing an object, we're doing a class reference.
Oh, never mind. How did he do that? Player tool. Did he use the base or?
And then we are going to set hidden in game and make sure this is ticked so it is going to actually be hidden. All right. Now with that done, we can head over to the player, and we need to just create some things in here. So the first thing we'll do is create a variable, and it will be called current weapon. And the type is going to be the weapon base, the DP player weapon base, but we're not doing an object, we're doing a class reference.
How's he setting it to? Oh, here we go. Class reference.
Because it will be any type of class. inheriting from the player weapon base. And with this selected, we can add it to a category.
Looks like he keeps it on single. Category.
We'll just call it player.
Come on. Okay, stop. Okay.
And we'll use this as our way of
Oh,
equipping
that's how you make.
weapons,
That's how you make these groups down here. Is you put them in a category. Okay.
as opposed to actually adding the class in here. So we can remove this.
So in here, we can remove this.
We'll clear that child actor class, and we really shouldn't ever mess with this. We'll let it kind of figure itself out based on what we assign into the current weapon slot. So I'm just going to do the player weapon
Okay.
base and leave it at that, because this will only change in the actual blueprints during the game, but it should never change unless you're testing. It should never change here. So let's add a custom event that we'll call equip weapon. And what this is going to do is pass in the weapon-based class
It's got to slow down a little.
right? Class reference.
Change it to a class reference.
We'll just say weapon. And the first thing
Say
it will
tool.
do is set the current weapon
Set.
to be equal to what we pass in. And then it will set the child actor class of this weapon. So set child actor class. And then we just pass in the class to set there. And then next, we want to check if this weapon, well, first we'll get the child actor. So whatever actor is now assigned, which is going to be a weapon.
All right, slow your roll there, buddy.
Child actor class of this weapon. So set child actor class. And then we just pass in the class to set there.
Okay.
And then next, we want to check if this weapon, well, first we'll get the child actor. So whatever actor is now assigned, which is going to be a weapon. And then we'll just check if it implements the interface that we just made. Does implement interface, and we choose the I player weapon, the one we just made.
Do you do base or just player?
Then we'll just check if it implements the interface that we just made. Does implement interface, and we choose the I player weapon,
Okay, yeah, so just player tool.
the one we just made. We'll branch from that to check. Oops.
Branch.
And if it is true, that means we're going to run the initialize weapon. Right? So every time we equip
Where did I? Oh, here we go. Initialize tool. There we go. So it's updated.
Hey,
And child actor goes into here. Oh, okay. So that's how you just break a connection. Now I know. Okay.
weapon. It will run the initialized weapon. And if you recall, on the weapon base, we clear the flip book and we set it hidden. So if we run that on begin play,
Left on event tick. Update animation. Okay, because I have to put my event play.
equip weapon. And in our case, we're not going to pass anything in. We're just going to select the weapon base, and it's just going to run.
Oh, this is hurting my brain.
The standard
Equip tool UI. There we go.
initialize weapon, so it's going to set it to nothing, which is what we want, because if we start with no weapon, we shouldn't see any weapon. Let's give it a shot and see if it works.
So we shouldn't see anything. Crud, I see something. Okay, that's not good. Something's not right. Fair tool.
Alright, so now we have no weapon equipped, and it should equip based on when we decide to give a weapon, like for instance if you run over a weapon pickup. So let's make that and see how it works. So now let's go ahead and right click the player weapon base and we'll create a child blueprint.
Player weapon base. So like create
Print class. And instead of player weapon base, we will call it BP underscore pistol.
Okay.
And if you open that up, we can make some changes in here.
UI. UI underscore stone axe. Let's call it that.
So what we want to do is we will delete everything in here. We don't need this. So we can right click and implement.
Okay, I'm trusting you here.
Implement that initialize weapon event. And so really we're just going to be assigning visual elements. So basically just the weapon flipbook. So let's create a variable that will be called idle flipbook of the type paper flipbook. And then we can duplicate this and just call it
Oh, that doesn't look the same. Paper flip book. We do actor or component?
we're just going to be assigning visual elements. So basically just the weapon flipbook. So let's create a variable that will be called idle flipbook of the type paper flipbook. And then we can duplicate this.
Yeah, no, he clicks on that one.
And just call it
Okay.
fire pistol. So we can actually just rename idle flipbook to be idle pistol.
Swing.
All right. So if we compile, we can just assign.
Go into idle. X1 idle. Then file that. X swing.
These. So this is the idle. So I'll use that. This is the fire. And I'll use that. So the initial thing that we're doing here is we're just setting the sprite on the flipbook. Or I should say we're setting the flipbook to be equal to the idle pistol. And then we are making it not.
Get it first, then set that to that.
Not hidden, so set
Book.
actor, sorry, hidden. Set hidden in game, and it is not hidden, so keep that false. This is just the basic idea of when this is picked up. We're going to initialize the weapon and set the pistol to the flipbook and make sure that it is visible, because in the player weapon base we make sure at the beginning it's not visible. So let's just now create the pickup. So we'll just create.
Yeah, I guess we're also doing a pickup system now. New actor.
Another actor, we'll call it BP. Weapon pickup. And the weapon.
I don't know if that's just gonna be like a generic pickup or not. Pickup. Just tool it now.
Pickup is just going to have no begin play, but it is going to have begin overlap and tick. For the begin overlap, we actually want to add a sphere collider or sphere collision. Pickup radius, we'll call it pickup radius.
Sphere.
And that will be, I think 50 is a good sphere radius for that. But we also want to add
50.
a paper flipbook also. So
Add paper book.
this will be the weapon to pick up. So in the viewport, you know, we don't have that weapon, so we can just actually import that. It should be also a part of your assets in the description. Import it, and then we just need to do the paper 2D settings, and now we have that ready to go. And then back in the weapon pickup, that's where we will add the weapon. We don't need to do it in here, but we actually need to make a flipbook out of it, so we'll just create a flip
Tool. Title.
flipbook by creating a sprite first and then creating that flipbook. So it'll just be called pistol pickup, but we can start it off with the FB_pistol pickup.
Just explain what the
And then we'll just move that to our
FBBP stuff
flipbooks folder
is.
for now.
I wish you did.
And then in the weapon pickup, we can use this as our basis for weapon pickups. And so if we were to drag that into
that off. Let me get rid of these for now. Pickup. Okay. So I'll have to make it so that the axe always faces the player.
the world. Now you can see it's there, it's just a little small and also a little off center. So if we change the location, oh, we actually want that to be under the scene root. And then we'll change the Z location to be 28, which will move it up. And we can even change the scale to be a little bigger. And then, yeah, that looks a little better, a little easier to see. Okay, so with that done,
That
we
looks
can
weird. It's like
actually figure out the logic to do this. So from other actor, we're going to cast to the player.
There we go.
FPS player, because from the player we're going to equip the weapon.
Uh-oh. This is... I didn't follow his guide on how to make a character, so his character's called something else. Cast to... This is casting 2.
And the weapon to equip.
Oh, okay. So it's casting 2. So I need to go cast to first person character. That's what mine's called. It's right there. Okay. Call equip tool. Self.
Equip, we'll create a variable for that. So we'll call it weapon to acquire. Tool to
Acquire.
Which would be of the type player weapon base.
Player.
But we want it to be the class. So make sure that it is not an object reference, but a class reference.
What is a class reference?
And then we can actually move this to a category that we'll just call weapon pickup. And then we'll use that to say what weapon we're equipping. And this is just kind of temporary. This stuff will change later. And then we can destroy this actor. Then for tick, this is mainly just because we want to face the player at all times, which is what we'll be doing for enemies later.
This will actually help out with other stuff.
So the first thing we want to do
Gotta get tool.
is get the player camera manager.
Get player camera.
And then from that, we're going to get the camera location. And then from this, we're going to get the world location. And then we want to do find look at rotation. So it's starting at the world location of the weapon, and its target is the camera. And then we're going to split the return value, because all we need is Z, and we'll subtract.
Split Z. Subtract.
Act 90 so that it
90.
turns to face the player, otherwise you'll just see the side of it. And then all we're doing is setting the world rotation for the weapon. And then if you split that struct, then we can hook up Z to
Split. Set.
to that. So it's the Z rotation is all that's really spinning. And then now we have the pickup. We can equip a weapon based on what we assign. And in order to see what we're going to assign, we need to select this eyeball here next to weapon to acquire to make it public so we can see it in the editor. And then you can
Editor. Ah. Bad blueprint. That's new. What's bad with it? Make sure you want to play and edit the following blueprints. Have unresolved pickup tool. Type object is undefined. Connect something with cast. Object is undetermined. Oh,
need to do it in a little, going to cast, sure that it is not an
oh, there we go. Whoop. Aha, it works. Now it faces me wherever I am. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so that's working.
an object reference, but a class reference. A weapon based on what we assign. Let's open up the player equipped so we can see it in the editor. And then you can see it on the side here, and we'll just select the pistol.
Okay, so if we go into close that.
Let's test it out and see if it works. Got no weapon at the beginning, there's the gun, run over it, and now we have the pistol based on what we assign. Weapon to the pistol.
To acquire. Tool to acquire. Go here. Stone axe. Okay.
Let's test it out and see if it works. Got no weapon at the beginning, there's the gun, run over it, and now we have the pistol equipped.
Okay, so it should get destroyed when we run over it. Oh. 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 Okay, so it's not. So we got some tweaking to do. Okay. Maybe that? Yep, that was it. Okay, so now it's hidden. Pickup isn't working. Is he?
And we can actually move this to a...
On. It will self. So this is to destroy the item. gets picked up.
Category that we'll just call weapon pickup later. And then from that, we're going to get. Then for tick, this is mainly just because we want to face.
Okay, so something on here is not working. So, event, so when it overlaps player character, run equip tool, it being self, and the tool being tool to acquire, destroy self. To BP. Looks like the same one. I feel like that's probably
player at all
times. First person. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, it was right. Okay, so it was spawning inside it because I had that big orb around me. Oh, I just realized it also just equipped. Hold on. Let me just that again. Okay, so no axe. Boom, axe equipped. Oh, that's so cool. We have it. Oh, we have a working pickup system. Open door for celebration. Open the door. I have axe now. I don't know why I like running around the houses so much. It's just fun being like, I made this. I did this. I did that. I did that. I forgot to remove that red dot for scaling. Oh, let me just use my Jedi power. No, Jedi power. Jedi power. Aha, Jedi powers. Okay. I can just slam doors from a distance on who sees me. Oh, you do. Hello. Stabbing me in the crotch again. So interesting, if I go away... Is it range-based? Let's see. Okay. Oh. That's so weird. Let's look behind me. The further I am away, the longer it seems to take to initiate. Why does that one take so long? So, hey, don't throw me around. Okay, so... Close... Interesting, so if I... So weird. Okay, when was I look at this one? It still thinks I'm in that one, but if I go over here, I click on this door, that one closes. Maybe I need to increase the, now this one thinks I'm inside it. Therefore, it continuously does that. Okay.
Times, which is what we'll be doing for enemies later, equipped. Which is great.
So we're caught up, we got everything working.
So now we have a method for equipping the pistol. Why don't we add some polish and make the pistol move around when we walk?
Yes, walk
Let's
animations.
open up
Okay.
the player weapon base, and we're
It's a player tool base.
going to try to animate the gun based on the player's movement. So if we select the weapon flipbook and then we hit add,
Wait, hold on. I think he has some stuff shuffled around.
let's open
Okay, no, this needs to be connected to you.
up the player weapon base, and we're going to try to animate the gun based on the player's movement. So if we select the weapon flipbook and then we hit add, we can look for an actor sequence. If we add this, we can call this Weapon Bob. Now you'll see there is a warning. It's an experimental class, this actor sequence component. It's new. They're still working out the bugs and kinks, so this may or may not continue to work as Unreal Engine is updated. So keep that in mind. But what we'll do is in this sequence drop down here, we're going to select Open in Tab.
It
So
gives a
that here at the
timeline.
bottom, we can see a little timeline where we can animate some stuff. So what I want to do is change the frames per second to be 15 instead
15.
of 30. So in order to actually animate anything, I'm going to select this plus track section, and we're going to add the weapon flipbook.
Hold on, that looks different than mine.
I select this plus track section, and we're going to
Add component. There we go.
add the weapon flipbook. And the weapon flipbook will be the thing that we animate, but specifically what we're wanting to animate is its location. So if we go to the very top, you can select transform and then drop it down, and here the locations can be set. We will add a key on the
E, C,
Y and the Z right at the beginning.
I, and C. That's a weird way to add keyframes. It's like usually the keyframe buttons are up here, or you just use like a hotkey.
And if we were to go to 1.333
1.333 3.
3, or maybe another 3 just for fun. This will be where the actual, 1.3333. That's where it's going to end. The timeline will end. So we'll just drag this all the way to be there. And we can, at 0.3333, we're going to add
0.3333.
another keyframe for each of these. However, for Y, we're going to choose 90. And
E. Okay, maybe not that much. I did do a different system, so let's try 5. Actually, let's try 10.
for Z, we'll leave it at -50. And then we will move it up to be 0.666.
0.666.
7, and we will add a keyframe for Y to be 100.
Okay, let's increase it to, say, 15.
And again, Z, we'll just add another keyframe here. And then we'll go up to 1, and we'll go 10 over. So we'll do, instead of 100, we'll do 110. And again, leave Z at -50,
20.
but we'll add a keyframe there. And then we want to reset it. So here we'll do 100, and another keyframe for Z.
So 21, -4.
And -50. So now it's going to go back and forth like this. But what we want to do is over here on the sequencer curves, we can actually select each of these, and you can see these things are changed a little bit. In order for this to really
Yeah, so mine's slightly different. They separated them. transform, location. Y.
Be smoothed out a little more. We can select each side and just kind of angle it down so that this little arm sticks straight down the line. Same for the other side. We can go straight up the line. And then for this middle part, we also can kind of change it so that it's a little more curvy. You can see that it kind of curves a little better there. And then on the Z, we just kind of want to bend it up a little bit. You know, nothing too drastic. Just kind of make the flow a little better. And if you look at it, you can see it kind of bounces back and forth in kind of a cool way.
Okay.
So let's leave it at that for now. You know, just kind of make it curvy in this way.
Wasn't expecting to do animation today.
And I think that'll do it for the animation of the bob. Now we just have to figure out how it is.
So this is in the base.
Triggered. So I think what we'll do is add in the weapon base, we'll add a custom event. We'll call this Weapon Bob. Or Weapon Bobbing. I guess it won't let you name it the same as a component. So we'll add two inputs. The first one will be a bool called isMoving. And the second one will be a float called delta time. And the first thing we'll do is branch from this bool to see whether or not we are moving, which will tell us if we should bob the weapon. So if you drag in weapon bob, this actor sequence component, from it we can get the sequence player, and then we will play.
Uh-oh. It's different. Sequence player. There we go. Okay, grab the wrong one twice in a row.
Just run the play command right there, and that's if it's
Play.
true. And if it's false, we will stop.
Here. Stop it.
Not stop, but stop.
Uh-oh. It's not showing up. Oh, boy. Oh, wait, because he's dragging up here, and then he goes stop. There we go, okay. Then he connected like that.
Pretty simple. But we also want to have it be a smooth transition. So what we'll do is we'll get that footbook for the weapon, and we will get its relative location. Smooth transition. So what we'll do is we'll get that footbook for the weapon, and we will get its relative location. That was weird. And then from this, we will V interp 2 So we're interpolating a vector
Oh, that's a big
using
word.
delta time. So the delta time is the one we're passing in. And then all we're doing is setting the relative location of the footbook. And that will be set to be equal to the return value of this interpolation. And this only happens after we stop it. And so it's basically just moving this weapon back to its idle position smoothly, so it's not so jarring. Cool. Now we just need to run this, since it's going to be on the player base. If we go to the player, we can add our tick function back in. And all we're going to do is get that weapon, and then get its child actor, and then we'll cast to the player weapon base so that we have it. And then from this, we will do the weapon bob. And we'll pass in the delta seconds to be the delta time. And really, to find out is moving, we'll just need to get the character movement. And then from that, we'll get the velocity. Should be at the bottom, get velocity. And then we will get the vector length.
Hold on there, bucko. Get velocity. There. Vector length.
And all we're doing is seeing if it's greater than 0, which will mean we're moving. So with that done, we can give it a shot and see if it does actually bob the weapon. So we don't have any weapon right now, but if we pick one up, it looks like it's working, but for some reason when it stops...
No weapon. I have weapon. If I stop... Yeah, same problem, it moves away. Stop stabbing me in the crotch and then running away, you little jerk. Yeah, so we're having the same problem.
It moves to the middle of the screen. So that's definitely not what we want. Let's figure that out. So the new location that we're setting it to, the target is...
Okay, so... This is on... base.
is at 0, 0, 0. So we could just make a variable called weapon position, make that a vector, and then we can use that to
Oh, I see. So it stores it so that when it goes back to...
tell us where the target is. And then on begin play, we can set this
Set
to be equal to the flip books.
Get location.
Relative location. And now we should have everything we need to make this thing work. So now there's no weapon currently visible until we walk over
We
the
have
pistol.
weapon, and if I let go,
Now you can see
I keep it. All right.
that we have our gun moving when we walk.
Ah,
It does
stop it.
snap, which it should not do.
Oh wait,
Let's figure out why that is.
the bobbing's
Because we
not
should be
working.
interpolating to this position. Oh, the interp speed probably should be set to something instead of 0. Otherwise,
Weapon base.
it'll just snap. So we'll give that a shot now. And there's a gun. Pick it up. There we go.
Okay, it's not bobbing. Oh. I don't know if it ever.
A float called delta time.
Okay. Well, we
And
watch
the
this
first thing
section.
we'll do is branch from this spool to see whether or not we are moving, which will tell us if we should bob the weapon. So if you drag in weapon bob, this actor sequence component, from it we can get the sequence player, and then we will play. Just run the play command right there, and that's if it's true. And if it's false, we will stop. Not stop, but stop.
Okay.
Pretty simple. But we also want to have it be a smooth transition. So what we'll do is we'll get that flip book for the weapon, and we will get its relative location. That was weird. And then from this, we will V interp 2. So we're interpolating a vector using delta time. So the delta time is the one we're passing in. And then all we're doing is setting the relative location of the flipbook, and that will be set to be equal to the return value of this interpolation. And this only happens after we stop it. And so it's basically just moving this weapon back to its idle position smoothly, so it's not so jarring. Cool. Now we just need to run this, since it's going to be on the player base. If we go to the player, we can add our tick function back in. And all we're going to do is get that weapon, and then get its child actor, and then we'll cast to the player weapon base so that we have it. And then from this, we will do the weapon bob, and we'll pass in the delta seconds to be the delta time. And really, to find out is moving, we'll just need to get the character movement, and then from that, we'll get the velocity. Should be at the bottom, get velocity. And then we will get the vector length. And all we're doing is seeing if it's greater than 0, which will mean we're moving. So with that done, we can give it a shot and see if it does actually bob the weapon. So we don't have any weapon right now, but if we pick one up...
Okay, no, his should be bobbing now. Bob it do not. Bob. Must have missed a section where he actually connects it. Let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Tool character bobbing. Weapon bob. Having issues with the sequence player, so I used timeline instead. Telling me that the flip book is missing. Fat fingered something somewhere once I redid it multiple times. It worked. Another sequencer. Bob. Sequence. Something he does. Something he does to the sequence.
And I think that'll and then on this keyframe there, top, you can select transform, and then drop it down, and here the locations can be set. We will add a key on the Y and the Z, all the way to be there, and another keyframe, hide. And just kind of angle it down so that this little arm sticks straight down the line. Same for the other side, we can go straight up the line. And then for this middle part, we also can kind of change it so that it's a little more curvy. You can see that it kind of curves a little better there.
Okay.
And then on the Z, we just kind of want to bend it up a little bit. You know, nothing too drastic. Just kind of make the flow a little better. And if you look at it, you can see it kind of bounces back and forth in a kind of a cool way. So let's leave it at that for now. You know, just kind of make it curvy in this way. And then I think that'll do it for the animation of the bob.
Yeah, so
Then we
it
just have
is
to figure out
animated.
How it is triggered. So I think what we'll do is add.
Hi, I'm
Oh, hello.
Welcome to my castle.
Is the sequence set to loop? Should it? I'm not sure. So currently it's not set to loop. The problem I'm having right now, also thanks for the follow, is that, yeah, so problem is it's not playing at all. So if I have it equipped, it doesn't play at all when I move around. So he's suggesting, like, loop indefinitely, loop exactly. If you're gonna keep playing, okay, where's the logic for it? Like the blueprint or loop indefinite? Okay, let's try that. Okay, so weapon pickup. Boink. Nope, still not moving. Let's just try exactly to see what that does. Oh. Nope. So where's the logic for getting to play? The logic is... I believe it's... So I'm watching a tutorial, so... Forgive me if it takes me a bit to figure out the logic of how everything actually does work. Let's see. So... Tool bobbing... So on event tick, this is for my animator sprite, so that's not connected to this. So it goes... The tool... Target character... Base... Tool bobbing... Oh, brain hurt. Okay, let's see. Where did I actually make the bobbing? Here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is the fundamentals of the bobbing that's supposed to be happening. So we have a custom event that branches into true or false. If true, play the sequence of bobbing, which is down here. So we have that animated. Let's see, do a print the cast. Let's see, that was... Let me move stuff around real quick. Print this one. Yeah, okay, so... Like this, let's see. Isn't it like print string or something? Oi, Bob. Like that? Think. Yeah, because if it's true, they should go through that. Let's see. Okay. So I'm not moving, but it's getting the... It's getting the reference. Let's see, should it not be doing that? Let's see. So event, so every tick... Should it be checking every second like that? Tool bobbing. I appreciate the help, though. This is definitely gonna figure stuff out. So that's the flip book for making it hidden. So the cast is passing, which is good. Okay. So would that mean that there's a problem with the tool bobbing? Like back over here? I don't know, but I think that I feel like something should be... If I run off a string off here, would I be able to tell if it's succeeding then? What's the green delta time? I'm not sure what delta time could even is. The tutorial just said to connect them. But yeah, let's try that. So... Okay, print string jiggle, dang it. Okay, let's try that. So, okay, so it is jiggle. So it is telling it to jiggle. Okay, so it is succeeding to here. So that would mean that there's something wrong with the actual sequence, just not straight up playing. I was looking through the comments on the video. Someone said they had to make a timeline instead. It's still pretty rusty on timelines. I just barely made one to make a door open. That's simple enough. Alright, get a fancy help with that? Timeline is simpler than a sequencer? Okay. Okay, let me go back to... Okay, so here's the sequence. If I delete the... Do I make a timeline in here? Before doing that, okay. Get a sip of water. Put do once before the play. Okay, so This. Do once. Oh, let's see. Ah, dang it. Hold on. How do you break connections again? I keep trying to do it and I keep just making these little bubs. I'm wondering if it's constantly restarting. Ooh, okay, maybe. Oh, wait, maybe I can just... Alt or Control. Ah, there we go, okay. So yeah, let's try to do once. Okay, yeah, so it played just once. Wait, hold on. Oh, let me... So, jiggle is the... Yeah, so it said jiggle dang it. Oh, wait, hold on. If it's saying jiggle dang it, when this isn't being told to play... Disconnect the stop too? Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, so it's playing when I'm moving. And it's moving so fast I can barely even... Okay, it just stopped all of a sudden. Okay, so there's something... I think there's something going on before that. If it's saying jiggle without me even moving. What's the condition for this to play? Oh, wait a second. Is moving. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. Is... Maybe it's this? Let's look at the moving thing. Yeah, so this is how it checks if I'm moving. Character movement, get its velocity, vector length, and is it... less than? Should this be greater to? Let's see. A is greater than B. Yes, that seems like it makes sense. If the vector is greater than 0, then it's moving. Set that to like a 5. Okay. Just to stop the noise. The noise of floating points? I'm not sure what that is. Is that... Yeah, we're still getting the like the constant. It's getting a constant yes. Is my character like slightly moving? Maybe. I'll go away, slimy. Trying. It doesn't. I'm not seeing any jiggles, so I don't think I'm getting any collision errors. Or go away. Stop stabbing me through the crotch. I'm not seeing any movement. Okay. Yeah, it's all so it's being made true almost every time. So something. Put the loop on again. Let's see. That way. Tool base here. Loop indefinitely. Okay. So it's still detecting any movement as it. Come on. Yeah, no, I thought it was like jiggling slightly, but nah, it's stock still. Let's just leave that on for now. Autoplay. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so that's... Oh no, that's you saying I see you. Hold on. Give me a second here. Let's... Okay, Slimy, you're being a little bit... You're messing with my detection, so I'm gonna just move you over here behind the wall so you can't see me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's still saying jiggle dang it. That's not jiggling at all. So I'm getting consistent detection, like movement detection, and it also said, well, it's weird. Hold on a second. I think I have. So where is it? Tools. Character torches. Yeah, so I have it set up here too, where it's testing if I'm moving at all. That's the exact same setup. Is the torch supposed to be moving? So the torch is just floating there. Like it's physically connected to the character, but doesn't have like any component. Like it's just connected like that. Oh, how are you connecting the tools? So the tools are being connected through a screen capture. So I have this camera that only detects that. So I did this instead of a canvas so that the tool will have... Here, let me just go grab and show. So it'll actually have influence from lighting. I'll have to fix that later. The door doesn't open consistently. Yeah, I want it so the tool would change depending on lighting. Close. There we go. Okay. Maybe if I go into my graph again. Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out how you would do it in a timeline way because I'm still not sure what's supposed to be moving. Oh, sorry. And what sequence animating. So, essentially, actually I can show it like this. So you know like when you move in a Doom Cell game, your weapon jiggles back and forth? So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So the sequence in the bottom here that's what this is supposed to be. So this is the sequence. It's very rough, but I'll clean it up later, but... And so the sequence is stored right here, the actor sequence component. So the guy in the video did warn that this is experimental, but I checked his video and he doesn't show anything different. He does in terms of like adjusting this stuff. Like he kept them all like that. So. Bob. Caster string is constantly being updated. Event graph. Okay, so this position. Oh wait. Tool bobbing, flip book. Yeah, so it looks pretty similar, but I have missed some slight like connections he's done before. Oh, let me remove this again real quick. Okay, so just to see. So if I do that, okay, so now I'm not getting. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Oh, hey, yeah, that's working now. So now when I move, okay, it should be, yeah, it's telling it to jiggle. And when I stop moving, it stops. Okay, so that problem's fixed. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now it's just not playing, so... Something's wrong with this for some reason. Let me check. Does he get anything else for the sequence player? Nah, I mean, like... Looks the same. From the sequence player node. Like the... See, from the player, okay. What, you mean like this? Get time? Which get time? Oh, get current time, okay. Get current time. Okay. Got it. What next? Try pulling from the return and typing break. This one? Break qualified frame time? Okay. Scooch these up a little. Subframe, frame rate, frame. Into a string. Oh. Okay. So let me guess, this is gonna say the current frame rate of the... Oh, interesting. Grab this. So it's getting to like 0.5 and 6? Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. Maybe that's a frame rate issue then. So it's playing and looping. I thought I turned looping off. Off? Yeah, so in total, the length of the thing is 133. I got 15 frames per second. What if I swap it to that? What does that do? Hold on. If I move, it's trying to get a sequence even before I pick up the axe, so I'm not sure how it knows which sequence it is. So let's play... Let's see, on the print string, press development only down. So, development only. Add a key random level. I can hear or random. I mean random letters. Oh. Oh, you mean like this? Just something noticeable? It will keep it on the same line. Change that back to 15. I get random snippets of jiggle. Then remove the other print string. Oh right, this one, because we know this connection's working, so we can get rid of that. Oh, so it stays on after. Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, yeah, so it's not reaching 1.3. It's resetting at like I think 90, like 99999. Reset to 0 there if I grab this. Yeah, it's not. As long as I move. Yes, we definitely fixed the start and stopping. Now we just gotta figure out why it's not communicating. Is the sequence using the right sequence? I only made one sequence so far. I haven't made any others in this project. But yeah, it's using the sequence Weapon Bob, which if I go into here, is where it's pulling the sequence player from. So, Weapon Bob, target, player, blah. It seems like it's resetting at... I think it might be like resetting at 1, but even still, like it should be playing. Let me just throw in a like 100 movement in here. See if maybe it is moving, but like very slowly, because I use small numbers. Yeah, that's the player. There's no sequence set. Yeah, it says none. Oh, this one? In the details on the right. Okay. This isn't default value. When you select the weapon bob, it says, oh, hold on. Oh. Weapon bob default value? Hold on. Let me double check this. So when does he make the weapon bob? Go back and see. Makes it. Oh, hold on a second. Link me the tutorial. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't get me. There we go. Sweet, it worked. Okay, I'm currently at 28 minutes on the tutorial. Let's see.
Let's open up the player weapon base, and we're going to try to animate the gun based on the player's movement. So if we select the weapon footbook, and then we hit add, we can look for an actor sequence. If we add this, we can call this weapon bob. Now you'll see there is a warning. It's an experimental class, this actor sequence component. It's new. They're still working out the bugs and kinks, so this may or may not continue to work as Unreal Engine is updated, so keep that in mind.
So focus and tab. That's just different.
But what we'll do is in this sequence drop down here, we're going to select open in tab. So that
so that's how you open the sequencer again. Okay.
Here at the bottom, we can see a little timeline where we can animate some stuff. So what I want to do is change the frames per second to be 15 instead of 30. So in order to actually animate anything, I'm going to select this plus track section. We're going to add the weapon footbook. And the weapon footbook will be the thing that we animate, but specifically what we're wanting to animate is its location. So if we go to the very top, select transform, and then drop it down, and here the locations can be set. We will add a key on the Y and the Z right at the beginning. And if we were to go to 1.333, or maybe another 3 just for fun, this will be where the actual, 1.3333. That's where it's going to end. The timeline will end. So we'll just drag this all the way to be there. And we can at 0.3333, we're going to add another keyframe for each of these. However, for Y, and we'll go 10 over, so we'll do, instead of 100, we'll do 100. But what we want to do is over here on the sequencer curves, we can actually select each of these. You can see this middle part, we also can kind of, nothing too drastic. If you just kind of make it. And then I think that'll do it for the animation of the bob. Now we just have to figure out how it is triggered. So I think what we'll do is add in the weapon base, we'll add a custom event. We'll call this weapon bob. Or weapon bobbing, I guess it won't let you name it the same as the component. So we'll add 2 inputs. The first one will be a bool called isMoving. And the second one will be a float called delta time. And the first thing we'll do is branch from this bool to see whether or not we're moving, which will tell us if we should bob the weapon. So if you drag in weapon bob, this...
it looks like you're set up right. Yeah, so... wondering what's going on here.
Actor sequence component. From it, we can get the sequence player.
Sequence player. Let me just see if there's maybe like another... No, it's the same one, so it has to be these two.
And then we will play. Just run the play command right there, and that's if it's true. If it's false,
play connect to true. What are you doing different from the tutorial? Instead of the only real difference is that tools. It's called tools instead of weapons. Oh no, so he has a weapon pickup too. So, yeah, the main difference is that I'm using just different words so far. Frame. String. Tool flipbook. This thing. What is this? Yeah, so this is to keep it from jumping to the middle of the screen. So before, this was set to 0, 0, 0, so it would center the axe in the middle of the screen. It's a big no-no, so... This is for... Unit value... Okay. Maybe it's some. Maybe I messed up somewhere with
And then
when
from
you
this,
started
we will
fixing the
be
time
interp
stuff.
2. So we're interpolating a vector using delta time, so the delta time is the one we're passing in. And then all we're doing is setting the relative location of the footbook, and that will be set to be equal to the return value of this interpolation. And this only happens after we stop it. And so it basically just...
Yeah. So false stop, set relative location, value.
It's just moving this weapon back to its idle position smoothly, so it's not so jarring. Cool. Now we just need to run this, since it's going to be on the player base. If we go to the player, we can add our tick function back in, and all we're going to do is get that weapon, and then get its child actor, and then we'll cast to the player weapon base. So
Your tool base.
we have it,
That's correct.
and then from this we will do the weapon bob.
Bobbing. Yep. Let me check this. Oh, hold on a second. I have something's called set weapon bob there, but bobbing? No, it's the same. Here.
And we'll pass in the delta seconds to be the delta time. And really, to find out is moving, we'll just need to get the character movement, and then from that, we'll get the velocity. Should be the bottom, get velocity.
Character
And then
velocity.
we will get the vector length. And all we're doing is seeing if it's greater than 0, which will mean we're moving. So with that done, we can give it a shot and see if it does actually pop the weapon. So we don't have any weapon right now, but we pick one up. It looks like it's working, but for some reason when it stops, it moves equal to the footbook component. And we'll call this weapon draw. And if we were to open that up in its own tab, we can then do the same thing we did before, where we get that weapon footbook.
Okay, so he's also going to do another sequence to do the weapon pullouts animation, so. Okay.
Then we track the transform,
Solve the
and
sequence.
specifically
Do this
the
next
Z
one.
location. So we start off at -50. So we'll just like move it out a bit, maybe at about
Oh,
0.5.
that's why
We
you
can shrink
edit
this
the
entire timeline down. And then at 0.5, we can add our keyframe where this gun will be. And then back at 0, we can just move it way down, so it's out of the shot of camera. Now head over to the player's blueprint and go to the end of equip weapon. And if we pull out from this child actor node here, we'll need to cast it to the weapon base. And once that's done, we can get from the weapon base, we can get the weapon draw. And then we'll get the sequence player from that. And all we have to do is hit play. And then it plays the animation of drawing the weapon. So we'll compile and save that and test it out. So there's the weapon, and if I run over it, he pulls that weapon right up. There we go. So I think we're done with what we're going to be doing.
Okay. What is on begin play? On the player or on the tool? On event. Yeah, see, event begin play is the equip. Then on player base, event begin. Yeah, so this is to show no tools in your for the start. And also reset position. Yeah. Alright, well, unfortunately, I gotta go get to work now, so thanks for your help, Pixel. You definitely helped kind of get me on the right path. I just gotta figure out now where that break is happening between the sequence playing and other stuff. Yeah, but not a bad day of productivity. We now have a slight pickup system. Weapon gets equipped, which now is affected by light. I also gotta add like a limiter to how far I can lift my head, because I'm clipping into my character and I can clip down. So I need to like have it stop like there and have it. Wait, am I stabbing myself with my axe? I am. Think. Alright. Yeah, so I may. I'll try with the sequencer next day or two. I've never used it personally. Oh, all good. It's honestly like you're the first person who actually knows how to use some Unreal stuff. So you've been a big help. I very much appreciate it. And thanks for the follow. Yeah. All else, this is probably also be like the next fix once we get that, is consistent door opening and make it so it doesn't do this. It still thinks I'm in the bounding box for some reason. See you next time. Yeah, thanks. See ya. Thank you all for watching. See you next stream.
But you never paid me, never. Oh no, you didn't. Payback is a coming, you will be running forever. Oh no, you didn't. Until I get my vengeance, I will never end this mayhem. Oh no, you didn't. I'm a mercenary, you ain't got a prayer, you owe me.